Ladies and gentlemen, this is Walt Pauly along with
Johnny Valentine, ladies and gentlemen.
And welcome to Survivor Fest. Oh my God, we've reached this point, folks. Johnny, the feud between the Soviets and the Bombardier, that all started with a sudden turn with Mr. USA. At Tuesday Night Takedown 40, he turned his back on the match, on the Bombardier. Let's take a look at that. Here we see it, the Bombardier, he's taking it here to the Soviet striker. He throws him into the ropes, and the big man, ducks over, and the striker has him now in a choke right there. But now watch this, watch Mr. USA, he's in the corner, the Bombardier, Johnny, the Bombardier was asking for help. Watch what Mr. USA does.
Well, as you can see, Walt, Mr. USA is in the corner of the Bombardier in this match, as he's always been. Bombardier reaching out for the help and support of his longtime friend and partner, Mr. USA, and then, without any notice or any intention or hint of him being angry, he does something like that.
I mean, a man that would desecrate the American flag. We don't appreciate that here. Giving the Soviet the win, the Bombardier was absolutely humiliated after this one and very upset that his friend chose communism over capitalism.
I mean, I'm sorry, Walt, but the reaction from the EWA audience in the locker room in this moment of disgusting.
I can't even watch this. Look how disgraceful this man is. No, and look, here it is, look, he was Mr. USSR the whole time.
Painted right on his chest in red letters, USSR.
Oh, why, Mr. USA? Why would you join the Soviet striker?
The birth of the Soviets in TNT 40 was definitely the beginning of this conflict. And then look at the poor Bombardier pleading and begging his partner no.
Oh, but it just didn't work as these two men, these dastardly men, took off, humiliated the Bombardier in his home country, and proceeded to humiliate him even more. Oh no! Look at these! I can't watch this, Johnny. I can't watch this.
Flag in broad daylight, Walt Pauly, and I will tell you, I will remember this for the rest of my life.
Ugh, unfortunately I will too, Johnny. And this led to Midsummer Mayhem, where the Bombardier squared off with his former partner. Except he wasn't Mr. USA anymore. He was Mr. USSR. Let's see what happened. Which brought us to Midsummer Mayhem here in the EWA, where the Bombardier, Mr. USSR, singles match. Bombardier looking to get his revenge, and look at him right there, choke slamming the Mr. USSR as the Soviet striker looks on.
Yes, Walt, very important to point out, the Soviets don't come out alone. They come out together and they stick together. And in this epic contest, you can see the Bombardier at the end of this match clearly had the advantage, clearly had it won. And in my opinion, if it wasn't for the presence of the Soviet striker here, then the Bombardier would have won this matchup.
Well, he just hits the B12 right here. But Mr. USSR is able to kick out of it. But here, and look, I think the ref was distracted right there by the Soviet striker. That was a 3, but he did not hit the 3 because he saw the other man coming into the ring, which messed up the Bombardier's chances to win this match.
I completely agree with you, Walt. It was completely distraction to the referee for the Soviet striker to be out there, and it cost the Bombardier the match. And as you can see, Bombardier having words with the Soviet striker, and then getting curled up for the 1, 2, 3.
There it is right there, folks. The Bombardier cannot get his revenge, but you gotta think something here. The Bombardier is going up against two minds here. He has to wrestle smarter than that and concentrate on the opponent in the ring. He is a great singles wrestler. He might even make a better tag team guy.
You're right, Walt. And it's good to point out that at this point in time, after suffering a loss to the Soviet striker and then to Mr. USSR, it was very clear and evident to the Bombardier in this conflict that he needed to get help. And he does right after this.
Yes, he certainly does. Then after Midsummer Mayhem, the Bombardier set out to find a new partner to help him fight the Soviets. They've outnumbered him, which brings us to the first Bombardier tryouts in Tuesday Night Takedown, episode 43.
This Mr. USSR, I'm sick of you. I'm sick of you, buddy. We're getting a new tag team partner, and the tryouts start today at 0200 hours. And this guy is late. I can't believe it. The first tryout, he's late. I'm losing my mind here. I'm about to lose it here.
Someone's coming along now, Bombardier.
Whoa. Oh, take this. Put this on. Get in the woods. You're going to chop down a tree. You're going to bring it back to me. I will approve the size. You approve it yourself, then bring it to me.
Who do you think you are? I am Stetson from Largemont, New York. I belong to a yacht club. Have you ever seen a yacht? Do you know what a yacht is? I'm not speaking French. Are you American? What's your problem?
Son, let me tell you something about the troops. Let me tell you something about the blue-collar workers out there. Let me tell you about the guys slamming the ground rods into the ground, putting the pavement back on the sidewalk, filling up potholes after the hard-working plows come through. Give me that! Give me... You get back in your car! You're obviously not ready! Hop!
Oh my God!
Get out of here!
I don't think he goes the Bombardier standing. This guy is good.
The next guy better be ready, because this guy can't hack it.
Oh, the Bombardier, man. He did not like Stetson at all. That Stetson came in, he was stuck up. The Bombardier put him in his place and told him he was unwanted.
And the next gentleman trying out for the Bombardier's partner is this gentleman right here, referred to as White Rain. He has impressive karate skills, but as you can see here, the Bombardier tried to teach him the ropes. Literally. And I don't think White Rain just got it.
Well, White Rain, you know, it looks like he comes from more of a martial arts background, not professional wrestling. I think that's what really hurt him, and I think a key decision here with the Bombardier was that he wanted a wrestler. He did not want a martial artist. It also seemed there was a little bit of a language barrier between the two. The Bombardier, not that he's opposed to people of foreign country, but he prefers Americans.
Very true, Walt, and then as you can see, it's turned into some sort of a matchup. White Rain did all he could against the Bombardier, but the Bombardier had too much experience, too many skills, and too much power for White Rain to really hold a candle to him.
White Rain was just taken out in this match. You watch how the Bombardier puts that bear hug on. The Bombardier wants a man who can beat him, not a man that will just fall down like that when he puts him in a hold. You know what happened then, Johnny? The search continued for a partner for a few weeks. Very little progress was made, which just brings us to a match that took place on episode 47 of Tuesday Night Takedown, where the Bombardier squared off against the Red Rider. And look at the Bombardier right here. He's going for the B12 and he hits it on him right there.
Now, at this point, Walt, he had him beat. Bombardier went for one more time, I feel, in these times. Bombardier's aggravated and frustrated due to all the stuff going on, and he was ready to make an impact, ready to make a point, ready to send a message, and he tried to do that in this matchup, but as you can see, what shortly occurs really screws him up.
Well, the Bombardier right there, if you look at it, you know, after the B12, he should have went for the pin, chose not to, chose to give him another one, and it kind of blew up in his face, even after he hit it.
The impact of the second one looked like it almost destroyed the Rider, and there you see Mr. USSR completely knocking the Bombardier out cold from behind, then getting into the ring and dragging the Red Rider's body over the Bombardier.
And the Red Rider, you know, he hadn't won a match in the EWA before this, but you know something, he won this match. You know, even if it was thanks to Mr. USSR, when we go back and look at Grade Sports Almanac, it's always going to list the Red Rider as beating the Bombardier at Tuesday Night Takedown 47.
You look at him shaking his head in disgust, screwed over again by the Soviets. That's the third strike against the Bombardier. Soviets 3, Bombardier 0. He's really getting desperate at this point in time,
Well,
Walt.
at this point, the Bombardier was really searching for a partner. He was really searching for a man that could come out and help him. And after suffering that loss against the Red Rider, the Bombardier became even more determined. And that brought us to the Bombardier tryouts in Tuesday Night Takedown, episode 48. And there he was, Daddy Mac from Hackensack, coming into the ring. He wanted to be the Bombardier's partner. I don't think the Bombardier liked this guy's morality.
Daddy Mac from Hackensack.
I kind of liked him, Walt. I wish he kind of stayed around.
Right here, son, okay? So what do? I'm the Mac Daddy. I'm in the services industry. Alright, well, what does that mean? What outfit you with? I'm with no outfit right now.
He definitely had an interesting point of view.
Well, he wanted to wrestle, but I don't think. I think he thought it was as easy as pipping is. And look at this, the Bombardier gave Daddy Mac from Hackensack a chance, but then he hits the B-12! And Daddy Mac from Hackensack, like White Rain, like Stetson before him, he was not given the opportunity to become a partner of the Bombardier.
Although Daddy Mac from Hackensack didn't make the cut, the next man's debut certainly made an impact on the frustrated Bombardier.
You can say that again, Johnny. When this man came to the ring, it's like the Bombardier found his soulmate. And there he is, blue-collar Johnny Steele came to the ring. He came to confront the Bombardier, and he had a few words of his own.
Blue-collar Johnny Steele. I'm a hard-working, blue-collar Steele, regular Joe. I wake up, I go to work, I go home, I get yelled at, and I do it all again the next day.
He does it all again the next day, and as you can see, as it turned into a contest, he was hit with the B-12, and for the first time ever, somebody kicked out of it, Walt.
I mean that's resilience right there by blue-collar Johnny Steele. I think at this point, the Bombardier starts to notice that he might be onto something.
Then the Bombardier was hit with the big elbow, that steel elbow, and then the Bombardier ends up kicking out Walt. I think at this point these two had settled their minds and they had a mutual respect for one another.
Well, just watch right here. Look at this. They don't even want to wrestle. I think at this point, look at that. That shows you everything you need to know. The Bombardier, blue-collar Johnny Steele.
And there you have it, Walt. Bombardier found himself finally a tag team partner to go up against the Soviets.
Are taking out those Soviets, and as a favor to the Bombardier, I'm gonna build his sons, Thomas and Jefferson, new bunk beds. Let's go find those Soviets and get into training.
What a kind man, building bunk beds and wrestling with this guy. Now that's a...
Be taking on these Soviets at Survivor Fest.
And there you have it, Walt. The plan is to take them on at Survivor Fest.
Oh, and his new partner was ready to go to war with the Bombardier, and they were ready to offer an official challenge to the Soviets, while Johnny Steele took matters into his own hands in Tuesday Night Takedown episode 49.
And there the Bombardier comes out in Tuesday Night Takedown episode 49 to make it official and issue the challenge to the Soviet striker.
What a proud American this man is.
We got a problem here. We got these Soviets, these commies. They're coming over here into our ring, our red, white, and blue ring. It's not actually red, white, and blue, but on the inside it is.
That's right, Bombardier.
Man, this man bleeds American patriotism.
They're trying to come here, and they're trying to tell me, and they're trying to steal tag team partners from me, and they're trying to take me down. But you know what? They're not going to do it, because Reagan didn't bend, and I'll tell you, the Bombardier's not bending either. What we got here is a failure to communicate. Because you see, what the problem is, that we try to get you one-on-one. We try to fight you fair and square, but you don't want to fight fair and square.
He summed it up right there, Johnny.
Oh, yes he did, Walt.
Right. Just like the commies that you are.
Very strong words.
We're going to have a 6-man tag match. That way I know there's no surprises coming out anywhere. And I got my partner picked, and I'm getting my team ready right now. So you better get your team ready. All right, Soviet striker, Mr. USSR, you general backstabbing custard, whatever you are.
And it was at
War of 1812.
this point, Walt, where it became a 3-on-3 match for the Survivor Fest. I think that was brilliant on behalf of the Bombardier.
Well, adding an extra man on the Bombardier only gives him some backup right there. And shortly after that, the newcomer Johnny Steele came out and he made a statement saying that he's taking on Mr. USSR.
Well, I believe he did this in order to gain momentum going in the Survivor Fest, Walt, and possibly to prove himself considering the fact that he hadn't had a match in the EWA yet.
That is true, and I think the Bombardier was very proud of him the way he took it to Mr. USSR in this one, coming out like a house of fire.
I'm sick and tired of these communists coming out here and messing with people like the Bombardier, messing with people like myself, who not only love America, we love capitalism, we love our system, we love our country, and these Soviets just want to come out and beat us. I don't care which one of you Soviet punks wants to come out. Mr. USSR, Soviet striker, I don't care. Get out here right now.
The fired up Johnny Steele calling out Mr. USSR, well, at least calling out one of the Soviets and Mr. USSR answering, and this was in itself a heated contest.
Out there to do his bidding.
And there's a clothesline by Blue Collar Johnny Steele and a double axe handle as he really took it to him.
We don't need people like this in the East.
Steele was fired up, he was intense, he was aggressive, he was absolutely hostile, like he was going into enemy lines full force, and there you have it, I believe he overwhelmed Mr. USSR.
You know what it is when an EWA superstar comes in and you haven't seen tape on him? It's a lot harder. Mr. USSR is much tougher than that, but Blue Collar Johnny Steele got the upper hand. Now that there's some tape on him and they can study it, it's going to be much more difficult for Blue Collar Johnny Steele the next time he faces the Soviets.
I agree, Walt.
We do this for America, and it's Survivor Fest when we see these Soviets, me, the Bombardier, and everyone else who's fighting for the American way is leaving victorious.
Well, there you have it, Walt, and the Bombardier's fired up, Johnny Steele's fired up. Those are strong words from the Bombardier and Johnny Steele, and later that night, the Soviet striker had an answer for the Americans.
The Bombardier has challenged the Soviet striker to a Survivor match at Survivor Fest. Soviet striker, what do you say?
Duh.
I may be a hillbilly, but I think that's a yes.
Well, there you have it, folks. Tonight at Survivor Fest, these two teams are all fired up. The Americans, the Soviets, and we still don't know who the third partners on each team will be.
One can only speculate, Walt, as to who they're going to pick as their partners, but for now, this is Johnny Valentine's.
With Walt Pauly.
Same, we'll see in a minute with the other half of this broadcast. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the next half of the Survivor Fest pre-show. This next conflict started way back at Midsummer's Mayhem when Chaos defeated Claudio Cacciatore for the EWA Championship. As a result of Greg Dust betraying Cacciatore and interfering at the end of the match. Let's now take a look at this epic moment, Walt.
Oh man, this was definitely a devious move here. Greg Dust had Claudio convinced he was on his side, but in the end, the same Greg Dust showed up.
And there you see it, the end of the matchup, Walt.
Now watch the mayor here. Watch the mayor. He's through the table right there. Now look, he's in Claudio's corner, and at this point he's telling him, you know, jump off the rope. Now watch what he does. Watch what he does here, Johnny.
Methodical and conniving that mayor is.
And look at that, pushes him off the ropes. He had the Mortadella mush set up. He had it all set up, but the mayor had to ruin it, pound on him. Referee gets him away, but by that point, it's too late.
Many would say and speculate that if Claudio had connected with that plunge, he would have still been champion, and there you have it, Chaos able to put him up for the tombstone.
And look at this impact. Look at this impact right here. Oh, right onto the head. And just like that, I don't even think Claudio knew it, but his title reign was over.
Oh my God! He's back! He's back!
Greg Dust.
And there you have it, the return of Greg Dust was imminent, and it happened. We now go back to TNT 43 with Christopher Anthony on the hunt for a title shot and his absent manager, Fotis Cash. Let's take a look, Walt.
All right.
I'm here for the EWA, hoping we get an exclusive interview with the owner since this new season started. We don't know what the main event is, and we also don't know who you have in mind for the next...
This is the only time I've called you. You still haven't called me back.
Christopher
It's
Anthony.
16 minutes since the last time I called you. I'm going to call you again in another 14 minutes, okay? If you don't call me back, things are going to happen, Fotis, and they're not going to be good. You're not going to like it. Christopher Anthony out.
Christopher Anthony, why are you interrupting here in the office of the owner, Elvis?
Interrupting?
Yes,
Interrupting?
interrupting.
I don't need to schedule anything, okay? I'm Christopher Anthony. I'm the Young Crown Champion if I'm not the champion for whatever reason. I don't have to be here. I bless you with my gracing. Now, for whatever reason, my manager's busy with something right now. He can't come here to represent me. So I had to lower myself to stoop to your level to demand a title shot. Right here, right now, against Chaos, in the ring, you're going to say yes.
You want your title shot?
You fucking just say!
You want your title shot, you get your title shot. If you win, you get the belt. If not, you go to the back of the line. Thank you very much.
The only line I will go to the back of is not this one.
Well, Walt, as you saw, Christopher Anthony goes on that night to give it all that he had, but came up short. He later blames his loss on the absence of his manager. Let's take a look to see how that match ended, though.
Gotta go to the videotape on this one. Now you see Christopher Anthony right here. At the top of the tower, there's Chaos. Look at Chaos right there. Chaos lining him up. Anthony is hurt at this point. This is a death-defying move by Chaos here. The champ flies through the air, knocks him down. What a move right there.
Many would say that Chaos is invincible, Walt, and I have to say, based on what I've seen in recent years from him, I'd have to agree.
Well, I don't know if he's invincible. The man has been defeated before, but with this EWA title, there is definitely a new edge to Chaos. And this man always had an edge, which makes the whole thing even scarier. Well, Chaos then went on to defend against the Golden Nugget at Tuesday Night Takedown 44. Let's take a quick look at some of the clips as Chaos left that match victorious.
As you can see, Chaos manhandling the Nugget. The strength of that man is unbelievable.
Now you gotta say, the Golden Nugget gave it a great effort in this match. Unfortunately, he's just not on Chaos's level.
No,
he hits the Gold Digger right there, but it doesn't matter. Chaos kicks out. There's that patented tombstone he's been delivering to members of the Sunad squad, and the champion leaves with his belt.
That brings us to TNT 45. EWA owner Elvis is attacked by mysterious crayons while Christopher Anthony, finally fed up, fires Curtis Cash, who happens to be in the right place at the right time, Walt. Let's take a look. Ho, ho, ho.
All right, boys, got 'em. Well, what's going on here? What's going on here? What's going on here? Yeah, say, get 'em.
I'm gonna get the steel.
We'll make them green with envy, say.
There we go.
That's right, Green. Yeah, take it.
Ready?
All right,
Break his legs. Break his legs.
Let's get orange in here. Everybody.
Let's get orange. Let's go.
Break his legs.
2, 3.
Oh, man.
Let him call me back. 10 minutes since the last time I called you. I'm gonna call you again in another 14 minutes, okay? Don't call me back. Things are gonna happen, Thomas, and they're not gonna be good. You're not gonna like it. Christopher Anthony out.
That boy's crazier than a sack of ponies on a hot spit.
Throtus, sir.
Why would that boy do that to me?
What's going on?
Christopher Anthony says that we're done.
Well, Throtus, the question still remains, what are you doing here tonight?
What do you mean, what am I doing here? I'm here to pay my respects to the owner of the company who just got attacked by some mangy crayons or something. Some big sticks or something. There's something out there attacking owners. Hey, Elvis. How you feeling there? How you feeling there?
Oh man, it
boy.
broke my leg.
Oh dear.
I'm not going to be able to do anything.
Boy, that is horrible. That right there, boy, that looks terrible.
I won't be able to run my company.
Well, Elvis, if you want, I could take care of things in your stead while you're recuperating. I could take care of some stuff.
Well, thank you very much.
Well, you're very welcome.
Later that night, Chaos continued his streak by defeating the French Wonder when the Golden Nugget was supposed to be in the Wonder's corner but went missing. Let's look at some of these highlights to this match.
Chaos, having the Wonder up for that choke slam, just continued to barrage, and Wonder would move after move, but the Wonder, very resilient himself, took it right back to Chaos.
There he goes, whips Chaos into the corner right there. Wonder comes in like a head of steam. But look at this, look at Greg Dust again, strength in numbers for there, holding the leg. French Wonder cannot get him down. Chaos fights his way out of it. You know, Greg Dust with the assist on this one. You can't give him not an assist on this. And look what he does. Look what he does. Right on the belt, back of the head, knocks him out.
And many would say if it wasn't for the fact that the Nugget was missing from the Wonder's corner, the Wonder may have been champion that night.
And this takes us to Tuesday Night Takedown 46. Hollywood Pinto is attacked by the Crayons, and he forgets who he is. Let's take a look.
Well, there you have it, Walt. The Crayons viciously attack Hollywood Pinto. They bring him over to an area where I guess there were more Crayons waiting for him, Walt, and they methodically beat him down and then smashed him over the head with this steel pail they found.
Well, I mean, this created a real rift here with Hollywood Pinto. Right there, here's the shot that's going to give him amnesia. Right there, they knock him out. I don't think he's been the same since getting hit on the head like that.
Well, no, of course he's not the same, Walt. He thinks he's someone else.
Yeah, this Joe Stallion guy. Who is he?
And there you have it, folks. The birth of Joe Stallion came right after this. These mysterious Crayons came out of nowhere. No one knows who sends them, where they come from, or why they do what they do. There you have it, Walt. This is Hollywood waking up.
Yeah, just listen to this here.
Where am I? And you know who you are, right? Of course I know who I am.
Hey, who are you?
I'm Joe Stallion.
Joe Stallion?
Who's that coming up over the hill, Joe Stallion? Who's that coming to save the day, Joe Stallion?
And there you have it, Walt. Joe Stallion was born. Also on TNT 46, the Stenards fought against members of the underworld and had a major miscommunication that continued the dysfunction between them. Let's take a look.
Look at this right here. The Golden Nugget goes to pick up Greg Dust. He's got him in Greg Dust with a low blow right there. Takes control of the Nugget. Right now he's breaking his eyes, it looks like. No, he's turning the mask. He turns the Nugget's mask. Now the Nugget can't see at this point. This is an excellent move by Greg Dust. He thinks when he wrestles. The Nugget comes in, makes the tag to the French Wonder. But look at this. Greg Dust leads a blinded Nugget to the Wonder. And look what the Nugget does! Not realizing it was the French Wonder, he gives him the Gold Digger! The underworld outsmarted the Golden Nugget!
Thus covering the Wonder for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Getting the tag team championships. Wonder hitting the Nugget was absolutely outraged and stormed off, Walt.
Well, I really can't blame him. When you're not going to pay attention, fix your mask, and you hit your finisher on your own partner, he's going to be upset at you.
Chaos continued his streak that night, defeating the wrestler formerly known as Hollywood, the now referred to as Joe Stallion. Let's cut to some highlights of the end of that match, Walt.
So here we go, the big boot right there from Stallion on Chaos right there. Joe Stallion came off the ropes and dropped that leg, and things were looking good here. But Chaos throws him down like a rag doll. And look at this right here. Joe Stallion coming back, and he's able to stun Chaos. But, you can't keep this man down. But, there it is. There's that tombstone.
The same tombstone.
Puts him down. He's been going through the Sunad squad and other EWA wrestlers like nothing.
That was the same tombstone that hurt Claudio Cacciatore and put him on the shelf.
Well, we haven't seen him since that happened. Now, in Tuesday Night Takedown 48, Christopher Anthony arrived looking for Thotis to settle things, but has avoided and pushed into a match with Joe Stallion, who still has no clue who he really was.
Christopher Anthony, sir!
Thotis.
Where is
Where is Thotis?
I have not seen our new general manager, Thotis Cash, Mr. Anthony.
Since I cut this guy loose, this guy has been avoiding me left and right. He's talking about, he's got matches for me set up. Let me tell you something. Thotis, I should have been your number one priority. There should have been no other priorities other than me. Getting matches for me, and that's it. Okay, Thotis? That's why I cut you loose.
Strong words.
That's why you're gonna be out on the street in a couple months. All right, Thotis? Give me a call. I guess this is the only way I can get in contact with you.
what I want you to do, I got a job for you, boy, and I know you're the right boy for this job. I want you to go down to that ring. I want you to inform Mr. Christopher Anthony that I got him a match. It's gonna be a four corners match against that horse boy, Joe Stallion or Joe Mustang or Joe Indiana, whatever the heck he calls himself. Once you've done that, you come up to the ranch. I got another.
That brings us to the actual Four Corners match itself, Walt. Christopher Anthony and Joe Stallion went back and forth, but remember, Joe Stallion's wrestling green. He doesn't remember all the experience he had when he was Hollywood. So he came up on the short end of the stick, and an aggravated and frustrated Christopher Anthony leaves victorious. Later that night, the Stenard squad decided to settle their differences and refocus themselves towards winning their titles back. Let's take a look at the Stenards reuniting.
I just want to talk.
What do you have to say?
I just want to say that what happened last week was an accident. I value our partnership.
You know, it's an accident that really hurts my head.
Well, I got you a Christmas present, and I want you to read it right now.
All right. I'll read your Christmas present.
That's right. I paid all the fines, all the fees. Pierre will be able to come back into the country in a few months, because I know it means a lot to you to have Pierre back. It's not a good thing to lose your mind.
So I got you this.
It's chilly.
Yes, I can tell it's chilly. I did not know your skin was so yellow sometimes. So now you go over the head.
Over the head.
So now you have to put the other arm.
Other
Other arm here. Yes, come on down.
Oh.
So look at this. I bought you this.
Oh my God.
Look, this time it says your name instead of what you think is a plant.
No, they're not.
It is
That's
a
me.
plant.
Well, what about crackers? Turn
My
around.
friend, just turn around.
Oh. That's right.
Shortly after that, Dotus sent his right-hand man, the Zeitgeist, to Elvis's house to sign what we thought at the time were legal documents for EWA healthcare. The Zeitgeist then brought those papers back to Dotus, and I think his reaction to reading them said all we need to know as to what they really say. Let's take a look.
Elvis, look who it is. You're looking good. How you feeling? How's the leg? Well, that's good. I don't want to hear anything about that. I have some papers here from Thotis Cash. You know, he's doing a bang-up job with your company. He has the place running like a well-oiled machine. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
that's enough from you. Okay, so
doing a good
he's
job.
got some papers here. You know, health care, 401k, all that stuff. We don't offer any wrestlers here. We just need you to sign that real quick. So if you could give us your John Hancock right there, that'd be great. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
That's great. You know, thank you very much, Elvis. Now, I just want to assure you that your company is in good hands, and we are going in the right direction, making acquisitions left and right. You're not going to recognize the company next time you see it.
Well, thank you very much.
All right. Great to see you, buddy.
Well,
Keep living the dream. Yeah. All right. Yeah. On record. Just happened. Christmas came early, my friend.
All right.
I got some papers for you. Let's see. I think you would like what I brought you today.
Yeah! Boy, I knew you could do it. I knew you had it in you. I knew deep down you had the intestinal fortitude to do what was necessary for your career.
Then on TNT 48, Dotus announced that he had signed papers that granted himself full ownership of the EWA.
It was a surprise to me as it was to everyone else, Walt.
Well, he definitely tricked a bunch of people.
Here I am, Johnny Valentine, coming to you live from the basement of our EWA headquarters. I was told to meet Thotis down here. Thotis Cash, I hear you have some type of announcement.
I do.
What is it?
I have an announcement to make for the entire EWA. I have in my hand signed legal papers granting me ownership of the company. That's right. Elvis signed it over.
So your first act as owner of the EWA
is to set a pay-per-view called Survivor Fest.
All right there, folks.
And there you have it, Walt. Survivor Fest was created, and shortly after that, Christopher Anthony went back looking for him again. He didn't find Sotis, but he did find Joe Stallion, Walt.
Well, finding Joe Stallion ain't a bad thing, I'll tell you that right now.
Notice, I'm coming to you directly, and we're either going to resolve this, or you're going to the hospital, and you might not come out.
Strong words from the big
Now,
man.
Sotis, I want you now. You come out now, or it's over. I'm coming to get you, and then you're getting choppered out of wherever you are. Sotis, get out here. Do you know who you are? What is this?
This again.
What is this? It's a horse. This is a horse with a stupid name.
This is my name.
It's not you.
I keep telling
You are Mr. Hollywood Pinto.
Hollywood, I don't know who this, once again, who this Hollywood Pinto is. Look, I'm Joe Stallion. I'm from East LA.
Aggravated over Joe Stallion, Christopher Anthony left on the hunt for Sotis. Meanwhile, the Nugget announces that the Wonder is missing, and he has to fight for the tag titles alone. Let's go to the interview now with the Golden Nugget.
How do you feel about getting the tag team titles back?
Well, the problem is, I was confident until I got here this morning and found out that the French Wonder did not show up. I don't know where my tag team partner is. I've called him. I've emailed him. I've Twittered him. I went on Facebook. I've done everything I could possibly do to find the French Wonder he's missing. I hope he's all right. I hope he's okay. Wherever you are, French Wonder, I know you have a good reason not to be here. If I have to go out there tonight and fight both of them 2-on-1 to get those titles back, bring them back to the Stunad squad to make you, French Wonder, and Claudio proud, I will.
And the Nugget did just that. He fought his little heart out and would have pulled it off if it wasn't for the interference on behalf of the Punisher.
Let's take a look.
Look at Greg Dust right there. He grabbed DDT right there to the Golden Nugget. It's a 2-on-1 match right here for the tag team titles. The Nugget's trying to pull it off. 1, 2. Kicks out of that one. Very, very resilient wrestling right there by the Golden Nugget, but he is outmanned.
Unheard of to fight a handicap match for the tag team belts. Never had been done before. The Nugget really pulled out everything he could have pulled to do this match. He had the Greg Dust beat right there, and then all of a sudden, Walt, disaster occurred.
Look at this. The Nugget going for the pin, ready to win those titles, and here's the Punisher. The Punisher distracts him, hits him over the head. Greg Dust able to roll across, has the wherewithal to do that, and he is able to get the 1, the 2, and the 3 on the Nugget. But the Punisher was the one that left with the titles.
That's right. The funny thing about this is the Punisher doesn't seem at this point to be on the same page as the rest of the Underworld, Walt.
Well, later that night, Elvis comes out to find Sotis, but instead he finds an unlikely ally in Christopher Anthony. And it's just these two seem to get on the same page. They were attacked by the Zeitgeist and the Crayons.
But have no fear, Joe Stallion was there to save the day. Let's take a look.
Oh, let's go to this one.
What's going on? I'm not here to cause any problems. You and I have a common interest. We both want Sotis.
Okay.
I want Sotis. I want him one-on-one. 5 minutes. That's all I want with you, Sotis. Alright? And if it takes me scouring this entire planet to find wherever you are, I'm gonna do it. You know what? That starts right now. I'm going to get you.
Let's make this happen.
All right, Walton, at that point, Christopher Anthony went to leave to find Sotis. However, he didn't get very far as he was attacked by the Zeitgeist and the Crayons, as you see here.
We don't know who these Crayons are working for. They seem like mercenaries, but at this point, they're taking out Christopher Anthony, which leads one to believe that Sotis Cash has paid off these Crayons.
At this point, Elvis is down, Christopher Anthony is down, Zeitgeist getting ready to take Christopher Anthony out permanently, and look what happens!
Joe Stallion hits the ring and he makes the save. Christopher Anthony battles the crayons. Joe Stallion battles the Zeitgeist. And look at this right here. Yellow crayon whipped into Christopher Anthony and they take it down, and over the top rope goes Big Red. Stallion cleaning house right there. Zeitgeist trying to get out of there. He hits him out. And look at the yellow crayon right now. Anthony has him. Stallion has him, and he's thrown out of the ring.
That's right. Now, I would like to point out that the chemistry between Hollywood Pinto and Christopher Anthony is bad. However, Christopher Anthony and Joe Stallion seem to work very well together, Walt.
And it was shortly after that Chaos and the Zeitgeist were seen together making a deal.
Remember, it's within your best interests. Do we have a deal?
My best interests. My best interests. My best interests are right here. I don't make deals, and I don't make promises. But if you say that you will hold up your end, what Chaos does is he delivers. The champion delivers. So I will deliver.
The night ended with Joe Stallion and Christopher Anthony calling out Zeitgeist and Chaos. Let's take a peek at the highlights from that match.
And there he goes. Zeitgeist whips Christopher Anthony in with a spinning heel kick on the big man right there. But Joe Stallion comes in and, oh, there's the miscommunication. These two were not exactly on the right page this whole time, as Christopher Anthony is being choked out there by Chaos.
However, getting closer to Survivor Fest, Walt, these four men were amped, they were energized, and they were ready for war. As you can see, some double team moves right here. But Chaos, of course, comes back with that choke slam on Joe Stallion. And toward the end of the match here, you can see the miscommunication with Chaos and the Zeitgeist, where Zeitgeist tags himself in. One had to wonder at the time, were the Zeitgeist and Chaos going to be able to coexist, let alone Stallion and Christopher Anthony? And there you see the powerbomb right there. Stallion hits Chaos, and they make the cover. 1, 2, 3.
And that little bit of miscommunication on the point of the Zeitgeist and Chaos cost them that match. Neither team was in sync in this match, but Christopher Anthony and Joe Stallion were able to get it together for the victory.
Then as the four of them fought off into the woods, the night ended. However, Elvis came back out and finally got the better of the crayons, Walt, before we went off the air. Let's take a look.
All right. And the crayons, look at them coming to the ring one by one, but Elvis was ready. He whips the orange crayon in. The blue crayon tries his luck, but he gets whipped in. Big Red does not stand a chance as he gets thrown in, and the yellow one just follows, and look at Elvis with the big splash.
If you notice, Walt, the crayons don't always show up all at once. Some colors are there, some colors aren't. Isn't there usually a green one in there somewhere, Walt?
Well, we don't necessarily know.
Well, finally on TNT 49, right before Survivor Fest, things became official as Stotus makes his own team going into Survivor Fest with the Zeitgeist appointed as his captain, and the ownership of the company was apparently put on the Line Wolf, which was a surprise to me.
Well, one of these men has to own it, both of them can't. There's just no way that these men can work together.
I'm gonna challenge Elvis for ownership of this country at Survivor Fest. A team of my choosing versus a team of his choosing get into the ring, and then they're gonna battle it out until I am victorious. Because we all know, with the Zeitgeist here as my team captain, we all know it's inevitable that I'm gonna win.
It was right after that Elvis made Christopher Anthony his team captain. Let's take a look.
You want to put a team together? We're going to put a team together. I want to help you. Let me be your captain. We're going to put the best team together possible. We're going to defeat this bastard. All right? I got a suggestion. I got a couple of people I want to tell you. Lay it on me.
At this point, Elvis sent Christopher Anthony on a quest, Walt, a quest to recruit tag team partners for Survivor Fest.
And with that, Christopher Anthony, he set out to start recruiting. Let's go to the videotape.
I just want you to have these, and I just want to ask you for a favor.
Oh, here it comes, Walt.
It kind of kills me to ask, but
Is he gonna offer a
Elvis and
spot
I-
to Joe Stallion?
we're talking, and we're trying to get a team together to fight against Fotis Cash and his band of whatever you want to call them. Miscreants. Call them that. I need your help.
It reminds me of the Mega Powers, Walt.
I will be your partner, Christopher Anthony and Joe Stallion.
There you go.
Together at Survivor Fest.
You snap out of this. You hear me?
I don't know what you're talking about.
And with one more ally, Christopher Anthony set out to recruit 2 more. Ho ho ho!
Don't say it.
If you sing the Golden Nugget motto
I don't want to sing.
with me,
Please.
Quacker says he'll forgive you too. No, it's me.
So, you're telling me that I have to sing with you and a sock puppet
Yes,
to get you on my
yes,
team with
yes you
Elvis
do. Yes you do.
and Joe Stallion.
Yes, it's me.
This is our only option.
Only option.
So it's the G, right?
Yes,
It's the G to the
to
O
the O,
to the L
to the L,
to the D
to the D.
to the E.
E.
Well, we're spelling the name, right?
No, no, just go
So it's the G
to the L,
to the O
to the L,
to the L
to the D.
to the D.
It's the
Nugget.
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 Yeah.
Right, all right. So that's it. That's all I gotta do. We're done.
No, we're not done.
What do you mean?
Then you have to say,
No.
isn't that right, Quackers? Go ahead. Go ahead.
No.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Don't repeat what I say.
Don't repeat what I say.
Isn't that right, Quackers?
That's right!
Well, he asked for it, Walt, and with that, Christopher Anthony was able to secure 2 more partners, the Nugget and the still missing French Wonder. On the other side of the fence, however, trouble was brewing in the underworld. Let's take a look.
What's up with the Punisher? He took our tag titles. Those are ours.
Sit down. The Punisher is unhappy with our arrangement right now. Sure. I'll deal with him.
Well, then you gotta get out there and reassert yourself as the boss, so the Punisher knows. You need to issue an open challenge right now.
I'm the EWA champion. It doesn't matter who I fight. It doesn't matter who I go up against. I win every time because this is mine. I'm gonna do just that. I'm gonna go out there before Survivor Fest, before we put those fools in their graves, and I'm gonna prove once and for all that this is the reign of chaos.
And Chaos went out there and did just that. He issued an open challenge, and Christopher Anthony responded.
They had a brutal match that ended up in a draw. Let's go to the highlights now and the last moments of that match.
And look at Chaos right there. He's toying with Christopher Anthony. He hits him over the head with the belt, and it looks like this was going to be another easy win and another easy title defense for Chaos right here.
That's right, Walt. Chaos and Christopher Anthony beat the hell out of each other, as you can see in these clips and highlights from the match, until they were both completely knocked out cold for a 10 count, thus ending an EWA title match for the first time ever in a double countout. Going into Survivor Fest, both men were geared up, fired, and ready for action, and as you can see, ready to run each other right through, Walt.
It was after that the Zeitgeist decided to show up and reveal who his partners were going to be in Survivor Fest. Let's see the footage right there.
What you have to remember is, Walt, the Zeitgeist capitalized on a moment where the Christopher Anthony was weak and not able to defend himself. That's the type of guy he is.
Well, the Zeitgeist is a guy that will try to get every advantage he can. He really is a despicable human being.
Chaos.
You know he's a jerk, but I gotta hand it to him. It's going into Survivor
Otis says
Fest.
hi.
Otis says hi.
And I just wanted to let you know I got a few partners for Survivor Fest.
Wait, who? Is he gonna announce them?
You just met one of
And
them.
you just met one of them.
Chaos is gonna be on the Zeitgeist team?
The Underworld.
The Underworld! The Zeitgeist has aligned himself with the
Look, asshole.
Underworld!
It's
He has
official.
aligned himself! We have the Survivor Fest match! It'll be the Underworld and the Zeitgeist! They're gonna represent Zonas Chaos! Christopher Anthony! Joe Stallion! Golden Nugget! They're on the other side!
And there you have it. The story is told. The teams are set. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready for EWA Survivor Fest.
I'm ready, Wolf. I got my popcorn, I got my beer, and Johnny Valentine is ready. Let's go to the show.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, for Johnny Valentine, this is Wolf Pauly. Thanks for tuning into the pre-show. Our huge event is next.
We'll see you in a minute.